Welcome back. In today's video, we will solve word problems involving division of fractions. Let's begin. For our first problem today, Arthur did his daily exercise routine for a 1/10th hour. He stopped every 2/5 hour to take a break. How many times did Arthur take a break? Let us first analyze the problem. What is asked in this problem? That is right. We are asked to find the number of times Arthur took a break. Now, what information will help us answer this question? Correct. 1/10th hour and 2/5 hour. But, what should we do with this given numbers? What operation should we use? Exactly. We need to divide. Now remember, in division, it is important that we identify correctly the dividend and the divisor. Let's go back to the problem. It says that Arthur took a break every 2/5 hour. This means that we need to know how many 2/5 are in 8/10. 8/10 is the amount of time Arthur spent exercising. Therefore, our equation should be 8/10 divided by 2/5. To help you identify the divisor, the word every can be used as a keyword. Now, let us recall how to divide fractions. Do you still remember the mnemonic CMF? Great. Following the mnemonic CMF, we will copy the dividend in this equation, that is 8/10. Then, we change division to multiplication. Lastly, we flip the divisor to get the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 2/5 is 5/2 or 5/2. Now that the operation was changed to multiplication, let us recall how to multiply fractions. In multiplying fractions, we multiply the numerators, so we'll have 8 times 5, that is 40. Then, we multiply the denominators. 10 times 2 is 20. We now have 40/20. This is an improper fraction, so we need to divide the numerator and the denominator. 40 divided by 20 is 2. So, 8/10 divided by 2/5 is 2. Therefore, Arthur took a break 2 times. For our next problem, we have how many pieces of 1/16 paper can be cut from a 4/8 piece of paper. In this problem, we are asked how many 1/16 are in 4/8. Therefore, we need to do division. Remember, in division, we need to correctly identify the dividend and the divisor. Earlier, the keyword every helped us identify the divisor. In this problem, this word from will help us identify the dividend. That means 4/8 will be our dividend. This is where we will get the 1/16 pieces of paper, so 4/8 is what we will be dividing. Hence, it is the dividend. So, our equation should be 4/8 divided by 1/16 equals n. Again, to divide fractions, let us follow our mnemonic CMF. Copy the dividend, which is 4/8, change division to multiplication, and flip 1/16 to get its reciprocal. We will now have 4/8 times 6/1. 4 times 16 is 64, and 8 times 1 is 8. That gives us 64/8, which is an improper fraction. So, let us divide 64 and 8. 64 divided by 8 is 8. There is no remainder, so our answer is 8. Again, 4/8 divided by 1/16 is 8. Thus, 8 pieces of 1/16 paper can be cut from a 4/8 piece of paper. Moving on to our third example, we have Ella has 6 meters of cloth. She will use it for making scarves. How many scarves can she make if each scarf needs 2/3 meter? In this problem, we need to find how many 2/3 are in 6 meters. So, we need to do division. Earlier, we learned about the keywords every and from. The keyword every helps us identify the divisor. This is the same as the word each. So, each is also a keyword for the divisor. On the other hand, the word from helps us identify the dividend, but in this problem, we have the keyword has. Has helps us identify the dividend in a division problem. Therefore, our equation should be 6 divided by 2/3. Again, let us do CMF. Copy 6, change division to multiplication, and flip 2/3 to get its reciprocal, which is 3/2. Now, let us multiply. 6 times 3 is 18. Then, we copy 2. 18/2 is an improper fraction, So let us divide 18 and 2. And that gives us 9. This means that 6 divided by 2/3 is 9. Therefore, Ella can make 9 scarves in all. Now, let's go to our last example. Jenny has 10½ kilograms of mangoes. She kept 4 kilograms for her family and shared the rest equally between her 2 siblings. How many kilograms of mangoes will each of her siblings receive? Let us analyze the problem. We are asked to find the kilograms of mangoes received by each of Jenny's siblings. Now let us look at the given information. It says in the problem that Jenny has 10½ kilograms of mango, but she did not share all of it to her 2 siblings. How did we know it? Because in the third sentence, it says she kept 4 kilograms before she shared the rest equally between her siblings. That means, in this problem, we need to know first how many kilograms of mangoes were left, after Jenny kept 4 kilograms for her family. And to help us know how many kilograms were left, we need to do subtraction. So, for our first equation, we have 10½ minus 4 kilograms. In subtracting fractions, remember that when the subtrahend is a whole number, we directly subtract it from the whole in the minuend. No need for regrouping. So, we'll have 10 minus 4, that is 6. Then, we copy the fraction 1/2. So, 6½ kilograms of mangoes were left, and this is what Jenny shared equally between her siblings. Now, we can already solve for the kilograms of mangoes received by each of Jenny's sibling. The phrase, shared equally, means we have to do division. Since Jenny shared 6½ kilograms to her 2 siblings, we will have 6½ divided by 2. Remember, each is a keyword that helps us identify the divisor. In the problem it says, each of her siblings, and she has 2 siblings. So, 2 is the divisor. Now, let us divide. Recall that in division, all mixed numbers should be rewritten first as improper fractions before we can proceed with division. So, 6½ will be 2 times 6, that is 12, plus 1 is 13. Therefore, 6½ is now 13/2. This is what we will divide by 2. Using the mnemonic CMF, we'll have copy 13/2. Change division to multiplication, and flip 2. Recall that all whole numbers can be expressed as fractions by placing it over a denominator 1. So this is 2/1. And when we flip it to get its reciprocal, that will give us 1/2. Multiplying 13/2 and 1/2 will result to 13/4. This is an improper fraction, so let us divide 13 by 4. 13 divided by 4 is 3, with a remainder of 1. So, we now have 6½ divided by 2 is 3 1/4. Thus, each of Jenny's siblings received 3 1/4 kilograms of mangoes. This problem is an example of a multi-step word problem since it involves more than one operation. Should you have any questions related to the topic discussed in this video, comment them down below. I will try to respond to you as soon as possible.